Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Average Woman Podcast. I'm that lady, Miss Nicole, coming at you today with another topic that is near and dear to my spirit. So today we're going to do part 2 of period pain in the butt. I did this video on my YouTube page like a long time ago, probably back in 2016. So I think that I've discovered different methods and different things that help with period pains. So we're going to do an updated version of period pain in the butt. So we're going to get into it. I'm not going to keep you long today. Thanks so much for tuning into the Average Woman Podcast. Once again, NicoleArcher.com is my website if you want to do some business. Please follow me, the Average Woman channel on YouTube. And also, I'm on Facebook, Nicole Archer. You can check out pictures and different things. We have the Average Woman Podcast on YouTube. You can check out some videos and highlights, and I'm going to be posting more on Facebook soon. And I also do a Nicole Archer TikTok where I talk about finances, money, card management services. If you have a debit or credit card, you definitely want to follow me on TikTok because I'm always giving some information about your managing your finances, card services, fraud on your account, how to protect your identity, and different things like that. So thanks so much for tuning in, and make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back, and today we are talking about period pains, menstrual cramps. You already know what we're talking about. Every woman has to go through this. Even the women that are in denial that they are women, there is no way to stop that flow unless you have a hysterectomy, which it means that you have your uterus removed and you're not bleeding anymore. So the first thing that you need to understand is that a lot of our menstrual cramps come from our diet and our bodies. You have menstrual cramps because you may be eating the wrong foods. I noticed that when you eat a lot of cheese and sour cream and a lot of dairy products, eating a lot of dairy products around your menstrual time will give you cramps. Yogurts, different things like that. If you watch your diet, make a journal of what you've been eating when it leads up to your cycle. A lot of heavy starches cause a lot of cramps. If you like a lot of bread, pasta, rice, and potatoes around your cycle, try backing off of some of that stuff when it's almost time for your cycle, because that stuff will really give you it's heavy weight on your body. It's a lot of sugar, it's pressure. So you want to try to eat as light as possible up until your cycle coming on. Changing your diet does amazing things to your body, period. Okay, so as y'all know, I'm a studying herbalist. I have a medical background, so I can really help you navigate through these things. And also, I'm a woman. I have been managing my menstrual for almost 40 years now. So, not 40 years, about 30 years now. Close to 30 years I've been managing my menstrual cycle, so I kind of know what you need to do in order to make yourself feel better. So the first thing that you need to understand is when the first day of your cycle, usually the first 3 days usually be pretty painful for you. Once you know your cycle is about to come on, the first thing that you need to do is make sure that your hemoglobin levels are up to par. All right, meaning your hemoglobin is your iron. A lot of us have very low iron. All right, and lack of iron will have you drained and moody as AF during your menstrual cycle. So you want to make sure that you are taking some sort of supplement, not those over-the-counter red pills, because those over-the-counter red pills, melanated people do not absorb iron sulfate. We do not absorb iron sulfate. So those little red pills, those iron pills that you buy at the store, those are going to do absolutely nothing for your iron levels when your cycle comes on. I'm going to put a link in the description to some products that I use personally to to keep my iron levels up to par. I also used these products when my husband was going through his stem cell transplant to keep his iron levels up to par. A lot of you ladies, you bleed heavy because your iron levels are bad and they throw it off. Okay. Another thing that hinders you is that your womb is toxic. Your womb is toxic. No disrespect, but you have a lot of build up toxicity, mucus and fluids in your uterus and cervix. That tissue every month, it inflames and it causes, when it's shedding, it will cause you pain. So something that you need to do is give your body a rest. You should not be having multiple intercourses monthly with guys. Sex is not something that you do to make yourself feel good. Sex is something between two people who want to make children. Okay, you need to look at it like that. If you're not trying to make a baby, you shouldn't be trying to have sex. That should not be, your vagina is not an open invitation for men to put their penises in it. All right, so that's another reason why we're hurting, because we taking all that pounding in the inside and we think that there's no repercussion for that. You're going to bend and beat your cervix to the left or to the right. You know, when your cervix curve to the left or to the right, that means that you've been taking some eggplants in there that's been knocking your stuff loose. So you got to be mindful of that. You understand? Now, when it comes down to your bodies, you only get one body. So you have to begin to treat your body with a little bit more respect and love. In the wintertime, when your cycle is about to come on, you need to cover your body up. That's another reason why y'all hurting, because you half naked. The wind blowing straight through you, and that wind and that cold air, that will cause you to cramp even more because your body is bloated. It's filled with air. And when our bodies is filled with air, cold air hitting warm air causes pain. So you have to be mindful of the bloating sensations that you go through during your cycle. So you definitely want to just chill out. You need to be eliminating as much waste, all the food. That is your time to rest and clean yourself out. If a woman's cycle is coming on, that need to be a sweats and no makeup and chilling week. Not going to the club, still trying to have sex and living your best life. That need to be you falling back, taking time out and reflecting while your body goes through this process of cleaning itself and resetting yourself. That's what you need to really, and I know we don't look at it like that because we don't really give it down, but that's how important that is. Your cycle is a reflection of how your health is. Okay? You shouldn't have to hurt every time your menstrual cycle come on. You shouldn't be broken down and going through all these issues. All right, but the reason why is because your diet is jacked up, the way you carrying and handling your body is jacked up. And until we get that together, you're going to continue to have these problems. So another thing that you want to do, and that will help you with these menstrual cramps, is that you need a bitter herb. You need some sort of cleansing herb, a bitter herb to really cleanse your blood, because a lot of that is just toxicness that's in your blood that needs to be cleansed and purged from you. Cerasee is a herb from Jamaica. You can order this on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the description below. You can order this tea and drink this tea during your cycle. It's extremely bitter, so you can sweeten it to your taste. Don't try not to use too much sugar. You really want to allow that bitterness to get into your system, get into your bloodstream, and really work with you to clean out your system. You know, that's what you need. You dirty inside, you know, for the lack of a better term. You got a lot of stuff going on. So what we need to do is we can pull it together, but we need to go through we need to do a detox. All right. I still may. Okay, so in the beginning of my cycle, I used to have to take. I do 2 to 3 ibuprofen the first 2 days of my cycle, because it'd be that bad. Okay, just at one time. So when I started doing the detox that I put myself on, I noticed that I don't have the cramps like I used to. So I might start off with just 3 ibuprofen my first day, and then I don't have to take anymore. because that just be the end of the cramps and it's over with, and you don't want it to be debilitating to the point you have to teach. We got to teach our girls to be able to manage our pain, because this is a part of our life, and our menstrual cycle shouldn't be painful, when we're hurting all the time. God put this on our foremother Eve for a reason, to remind us of our wickedness. Unfortunately, and it was totally, you can read about it. It's in the Bible. It's not a secret that because Eve ate the apple, she was cursed. You understand? So now that we know that, we understand why we hurt so bad. That's part of our mothers. That's part of us cleansing ourselves for our sins once a month. It's a shedding of blood. Anytime you are committing anytime you commit when you, back in the old days when we did a sacrifice, we had to take a small animal and kill it. So we are bleeding every month as part of a sacrifice or something. I have no idea why our bodies do what it does, but it does it for a reason, and it was designed that way by our Creator. Okay, so you need to respect that time and take your time and allow your body to do what it needs to do, how it needs to do. And you need to watch your diet, reduce the carbs, the sugars, the sweet drinks, and don't eat ice. A lot of y'all habitual ice eaters because your iron is low. So you need to make sure that you get your iron levels up. But iron pills will not increase iron levels. The only thing that's going to increase your iron levels is natural minerals of the earth, thus said Dr. Sebi. Okay, you need natural minerals of the earth in order to increase your iron levels. So natural herbs like burdock root, sea moss, those herbs you can buy in a powder form and stir them up in a drink and drink them in a smoothie or something like that. That is what you need to replace your iron levels. My husband, when I met him, the first thing he told me was, I'm anemic. And I'm like, okay, but the thing is that when you are anemic, sickness can dwell in your body. Dr. Sebi said that if you have, Dr. Sebi said that if you keep your iron levels up, disease cannot live in a body that's high in iron. If your iron levels are up, disease cannot live in your body. So to keep yourself healthy and to get yourself up to par, you got to get your iron levels up. And the only way that you can get your iron levels up is find the type of iron that our bodies absorb, which is natural iron, not the iron pills. Your iron level will never increase with taking iron pills because we do not absorb the iron sulfate. And I know I said that before, but I have to keep saying that because the desire for the ice, those cold ice drinks, all that cold fluid ice in your cervix, that also contributes to the cramps. Eating a lot of ice, that contributes to the cramps because it's aggravating your system. So you have to be mindful of what you're eating around your time of the month. You got to lay off on the penises. You got to lay off on the penises because it's destroying your uterus. You're taking too much damage to that thing. You got to fall back off that. You also have got to make sure you do a body cleanse. You need the way that you cleanse your body is number one, you got to stop taking penises in your vagina. You got to chill out. Okay? Once you stop taking penises on the regular, then you can allow yourself to cleanse. Then you take some herbs and you begin to purify and cleanse yourself naturally. Everybody needs something different. If you would like to know what type of herbs you can get on to help alleviate menstrual pains, if you have fibroids, definitely want to hit me up, Queen from Creation, at gmail.com, or go to Nicole Archer and schedule a free session with me so we can talk about it. Because everybody's body is different. Everybody's goals are different. Some of you ladies want to get pregnant. Some of you ladies not trying to get pregnant. There are multiple ways to not get pregnant, y'all. There are multiple ways to not get pregnant. Stop having intercourse is the biggest way. The biggest way to not get pregnant is to practice abstinence. That means nothing in your vagina. If you're not trying to get pregnant, you should not be having sex. Okay? If you're not trying to have children, you should not be having sex. Period, point blank. And we need to pass that on so that can become contagious and viral. Because everybody should not be out here in these streets trying to have sex right away. You do yourself a misjustice, because what happens is when you start having kids, then you realize, oh, I want to have a life. I want to get out here and enjoy things. I want to be able to do things. But you can't do anything because you got kids. And that not saying that you can't have a life because you got kids, but you can't have that single fabulous Sex in the City life that you wanted to have. Carrie Bradshaw ain't never had no kids. Her friends, a couple of them had kids, but they was all grown. They had done their Sex in the City thing. But see, the problem is y'all got kids and responsibilities at home, and y'all trying to live Sex in the City life. Like, that makes sense. And every month, you on your hands and knees praying to sweet Jesus to take these menstrual cramps away from you, but you forgot that all during the month you done ate a terrible diet. You done been taking all kind of penises in your vagina. You eating ice by the pound. You not listening to the signs. You know, if you bleeding, that blood is coming from somewhere. How are you building that back up? You know, you having all these cysts and acne breakouts, and they're saying you got these odors and smells and stuff about you. It's because you're doing too much. You have got to calm your vagina down, because that is the key. You have to understand your vagina is tissue. When you're allowing a man to insert his penis in you, you taking on his energy, his drive, his hormones. You getting so much from this man that you really want, that you would, if you really thought about it, you would be very hesitant about just giving yourself to anybody if you knew the exchange of energy and fluids and psyche that you give to this person by laying with them. Sex is just not something that we should just be carelessly entertaining, because sex will cause reproduction. Those are called your reproductive organs for a reason, because you use them when you want to reproduce. If you're not trying to reproduce, you need to put them things in your pocket and leave it there. Keep your behind covered up so men will desire you for something other than your body. They'll want you for your mind and want to build something with you. You're going to continue to have these pains and aches until you acknowledge the fact that maybe you're living a little bit reckless and you need to calm down. It's time for you to begin to think like a woman. This is part of your glowing up, to realize that just because you can have sex with everybody don't mean that you should have sex with everybody. Maybe, I don't know, some of y'all might not get that. But I hope that my words were able to help you. I'm here. I definitely want to work with you. If you want to use herbs to help better yourself and improve yourself, I am all here for you. NicoleArcher.com is my website. I am your sister from a different mister. I also have the Good Herb channel on Facebook. You definitely want to tune in. I'll be posting different types of herbs and concoctions and different things that I make. And if you're interested, please like and subscribe and send me a message, and I'll be more than happy to assist you to the best of my ability. And shalom. Thank you so much too for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Shalom.